It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Today we start the new year with an NFC matchup out west between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now Patterson to start the drive. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On first down, going back to Patterson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Looking to throw on second down. Wagner. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Murray now on first down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Wagner. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To throw on third down. Wagner. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On second down, Connor looking for space. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a third down.
I think we just saw their part. It was linebacking speed. They can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman to get to the next level and take him out.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on third down, Murray. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
On fourth down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to drop him for a loss on the play. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You're talking about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action Week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Wagner. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. There he goes, right side. And they will score turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
To throw on second down, Wagner, flush to his right. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run behind center with Connor. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Right back to Connor here on first. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Over the dime looked on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Murray going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Prater's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, Wagner. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was a bomb try right there. And that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Murray now. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
As soon as he leaped out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with it and arrived just in time to separate it from another reception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Eugene and Wosu got the sack there. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, How much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Looking to throw on second down. Wagner got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. I think you would agree. Just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play. Gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming. Hung in there. Took the hit. Dumped it out to the outside. And now they pick up some yardage. And you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays. I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it and move forward and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence. And touchdown, Seahawks! DK Metcalf, 33 yards. And the Seahawks are able to move back in front. Myers connects on the PAT, and that gives him a 3-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 5 now. Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He came through with a nice pass break up there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
Come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Connor up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
It's caught. Here's Langford. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
And now we'll get a late timeout. as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that's going to tie us at 13. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away from the 10. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't put anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
From the 24, Murray. That pass complete to Moore.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get last man on the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
To throw is Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. Take it at the 37. Powers through him. A nice return that time. Gets 12 yards back. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wagner. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a two-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. And he returns this to the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Throwing after the interception, Wagner. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 48 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
On 1st down, Wagner. It's caught. Lockett.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
To throw on 2nd down, Wagner. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! Donald Parham, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point open through by Myers. And that will tie things at 20 all. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Murray flips this forward on a jet sweep, and there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Murray now to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on and absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with counter. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Murray. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
And you know this is going to be discussed because
5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Murray. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Arizona. 48 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, again to Connor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. I thought that at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down the road.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the road for the play, probably counting in his head. 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Shotgun now for Murray. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's up to the 20. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And partner, the tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 28 yards. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll go down at the 28. 62 yards rushing for him now, and just 6 carries to this point.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Throwing on first down. Wagner. And Walker has it. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker, 28 yards. And the Seahawks have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Myers connects on the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Murray to Moore, first down, Arizona. They're going to look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Murray's throw here into the hands of Moore. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Murray. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. Again, Walker. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Wagner. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within one score.
Yeah, and that looked to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the fourth quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
Murray to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. To the 22-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then to the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This complete to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Seahawks, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.